Welcome, podcast listeners. You are here with your host, Mr. BudgetPedalChap. You are also joined by Mr. Matt White. Say hi, Matt.
Hi, Matt.
Woo. You are joined as well by a third host. Is it Lee? Is it Josh? We will find out. Drum roll, please. Say hi, mystery guest.
Hi, Josh.
It's
Oh my gosh, it's Josh.
not Josh. It's Lee. Woo, Lee. Ba-da-ba-da-ba-da-ba-da-doo.
My Josh impression was shit.
Indeed.
Sorry, can I just ask you just for a second? Could you remind us what episode number it is?
I was just about to do that, Lee. Funnily enough, because it is episode number 247. I've not got that many fingers on one hand.
What were we just talking about?
We were talking about snooker, which is 147.
147, yeah. It's close.
I mean,
close.
what a segue.
To be honest with you, I'm sure most of the listeners don't even know what snooker is.
Oh, it's so depressing.
It's like tennis, but on a table. But instead of
it's like pool
why have
for
you
clever
just not
people.
equated it with pool, but it's on a bigger thing and it takes 20 times longer?
Oh, it does, yeah, because they're about twice the length of a pool table, aren't they?
It depends, because in America the pool tables are even smaller. Over here they're really small as well. So the
pool tables
hang on a
have
second.
Fixed unit of length, so you can have pool tables can different tournaments will have different lengths of pool table, and then snooker is played on 12 foot by 6 foot.
Yeah, and
so
it's like so much bigger than it sounds.
Essentially, it's croquet but on a table. For our American listeners, just in case you're confused, it's table croquet.
But it's also, the people who play it and who are good at it, they are widely renowned as geniuses, because they are thinking like 7 steps ahead of everyone else, and it's just an amazing game. And last night, best snooker player ever, Ronnie O'Sullivan, won his 7th world title.
Wonderful.
Equaling Stephen Hendry's record of 7.
He was the guy with the guitar, weren't he? Stephen Hendry.
No, that was Jimmy White.
Oh dear, we've talked. I mean, we're only like 2 minutes into the podcast, but we have talked far too long about big pool. So
I might have to hack iPlayer and go and watch it, because I couldn't watch it.
Get a VPN?
But yeah, well, I have.
What's a visible panty line going to do to him?
I didn't even know it was on. I didn't, because you get you see adverts about it and stuff when you live in the UK, and you see about it. But all I saw was, "Oh, well done, Ronnie, you won."
I mean, put your hands up. Put your hands up now if you've seen any advertisements for snooker.
I've got my hand up.
Have you? Did you? Oh,
I watched most of the tournament. I fucking love snooker. I'm a sad bastard.
So I'm very much in the minority here, although I feel I am in the majority with our listeners.
Yeah, but
maybe.
But they're not here and they're not talking to me. So,
however, every time I watch Ronnie play, he loses. So it's just as bloody well I didn't watch it. Now I can go back and watch it safely.
He's thanked his lucky stars that you've moved to Swedonia.
He has. He's back at world number 1 now. You're over there.
Like I got on a real bad luck streak.
Man.
But hey ho, we are here. It is number 247, which apparently is tangentially related to Big Pool. And
one more.
Indeed, one more, but at the left side. As we usually do, we pontificate on our week before we hastily shove the news right at the end. So let's not break with tradition this week. Who wants to go first? What we've been up to, guys?
Matt, why don't you break with wind?
I can break wind if you like.
I mean, if you do, it will be. It will have reverb added to it.
We totally missed a bloody another snooker pun there, talking about break, didn't we?
We did, but we should probably move on from the snooker now.
We have to.
That we should.
But yeah. So, what have we done? I have gigged and I've been to a musical auction. Those are the two things that I've done in the last 7 days, 7 days, 8 days. I don't know. When did we record last week? I don't know.
It seemed like
a while ago.
Yeah,
anyway.
it seemed like a while ago. So,
but yeah,
the gig thing tends to happen quite regularly. So let's have a talk about the other thing.
At least nowadays it does. Yeah.
Yeah. So I basically saw a post online from the only local auction house that rather than just their generic art and somebody's garage contents, they were having an auction of a load of so it was something like 2,500 vinyls and about 300 lots of musical instruments and associated stuff. So like mixing desks, PA systems, pedals, guitars, clarinets, saxophones, like all sorts of nonsense. And rather than just going, you can bid online.
I'm going to learn clarinet.
Well, the other thing, I could have just sat at home and, if I was going to bid on anything, bid online. The missus is big into vinyl and so am I. So we was like, do you know what? Let's make an afternoon of it. And we went, I think it started about 12 o'clock and I think we got home about 3:30. So it's like a good chunk of your Saturday, but it was great fun, actually. I'd initially gone in for two things, which was a Boss CE2 and a Boss DM2. And then later on, I noticed that there was also a slow gear in there as well. I came away with the DM2, which I got it way below what they're going online. The CE2, I bid up to what it goes for on Reverb and then stopped, and it kept going and going and going. There's definitely people over here that really like that pedal.
Do you feel like standing up and going, "Are you people crazy?"
They're going for about 220 quid on Reverb, and I think after fees, it probably cost the person about 290 quid. So I think they'd have been better at buying it on Reverb. I mean, you could have probably got one shipped in from the States for that. But
these are all made in Japan, aren't they?
Yeah. This is I mean, mine's a black screw made in Japan. I believe 86. I can't. It doesn't actually say on the back of it. But what I need to do is open it up and have a look at the chip because there's two chips apparently, and one of them is
easier than that. Undo
one
the
of them
screw.
is more.
Open up the thing where you look in, and there'll be a serial number, and just check it online.
Yeah. So I took all of the screws out, and it's never been opened ever because the bottom just won't come off.
No. Just... Open the screw and lift the switch up.
Yeah.
So
there
we
should
are...
be a serial number in it.
Should be. It's on a sticker, so it might have come off.
Yeah, the sticker's not there.
Ah.
So yeah, I do need to open it up and have a look. But hopefully, it's I can't remember the number of this series. It's a 3006 or something. I don't know. There's a sought after chip and there's a less sought after chip, but I will open it up at some point. I'll just need to get something quite fine and not damage it when I.
Oh, that'd be horrible, wouldn't it? You damage it when you open it up and you go
off, and you're like, oh, there goes half the value.
And then you realise it's the earlier one.
Can you see?
Oh, if it's under the battery, there's a battery in there, so. I'll reopen it. I mean, I'll continue to talk because So what I'm gutted about is had the CE not been at the end of the auction, I'd have bid more on the slow gear because that went for about 300 quid, and they go online for like 550, 600, 650. Oh, so, I do have a serial number, so I will Google that later.
Sweet. Nice. Should we do it live on air?
I suppose we can. There's also some other things that you got at this auction as well, weren't there, mate?
Yeah, so because I'm in two bands and both of them have one mixing desk, and there was a flight-cased Yamaha 12-input mixing desk that went for 50 quid, I picked that up because the flight case is probably worth twice that.
Yeah, you ain't getting that deal again.
So, yeah, I was like, do you know what? Okay, it's only got two monitor outs, but most of the time, one of the bands only uses two and the other band uses three usually, but we can have a set one monitor mix for the singer and then one monitor mix for the rest of the band. We can get away with that and patch between the two monitors. So I picked that up as well. And it'll be, like I say, it'll be great as a backup in case anything goes wrong. And I'll just basically take it to every gig and it'll live in the van and it won't get damaged in the van because it's in a flight case.
Yeah, so we were talking last week about how I very rarely bring a set of strings along to a gig, like a spare set of strings, and you're now bringing a spare fucking mixing desk. Like the wealth gap between our preparedness is just getting bigger.
Yeah, it is. And then the other thing I bought was a guitar that had been made by a luthier in the States that I can't remember the name of now. I think it's Darren Green, maybe something along those lines. Basically, it's like a what was the EVH guitar called?
The Wolfgang.
Wolfgang. It's that kind of shape, but instead of having a stupid wizard neck on it, it's got a fair. I mean, it's not chunky at all, but it's not nowhere near as slim as a wizard or anything like
it's
that.
Substantial.
A normal-ish, maybe on the slim side of a slim Strat neck kind of feel. Floyd Rose trem system. I don't know what the pickups are that are in it, but
hang about. You were glossing over that there as if it was a normal occurrence.
So I've never owned a Floyd Rose guitar in my life before.
Indeed.
And to be fair, like the band that I joined most recently have often talked about doing a couple of Van Halen songs or doing some songs that would need some widdly widdlies, as I would call it.
Yes.
And I'm sure you would as well.
Indeed, yes. Childish wiggleness, yeah.
Yeah. So I, bid on it. There was basically 3 of these there. One was in a flight case and 2 weren't. So I was like, I'll bid on the one with the flight case.
Yeah.
And I picked it up for £200 plus fees, which was like another £36.
Yeah.
So the flight case that it came in was a Warwick one that costs about £160 new. And it's in perfect condition. The guitar itself, the last one that went in the UK went for $450. The last one that went in the States went for $600. So they're not cheap instruments. I suppose they are cheap for handmade luthier stuff, but it's a really good quality guitar. It knows what it is. It's a Super Strat with a different shape. There's no tone control. There is a 5-way switch because it's HSH, and there is a volume control. And it needs a setup because the guy who had it before me was actually my old guitar teacher. It needs a setup because he plays so lightly that if I play it, it'll just rattle. It needs the bridge raising up a little bit, and obviously, then everything else will need adjusting to sort of. But it's like the adjustment for the truss rod is at the
heel.
The heel, but you don't need to take the neck off because it's got one of
thumb
these.
Wheel.
Yeah, it's like a thumb wheel, but with a bit
holes in
it,
stick. Essentially.
Yeah, that you can just twist. So I will take that to the local tech and get the bridge raised just so that I won't just rattle the hell out of it if I play it.
I like future hot take. I think all truss rods should be that.
Yeah,
I do. Yeah.
Yeah, I can't argue with you because the problem with it being at the top end is it weakens the neck joint and also it looks a bit shit, doesn't it?
And they're a pain in the arse to get to as well.
I do for bolt-on necks anyway. I don't know if it's possible on glued necks.
What, to have a thingy at the base? Because
because you could just
it's just got to cut out where the last fret ends. So,
but you'd have to drill a hole to get the rod in the first place.
Yeah, within the neck. Before you,
you'd also have to drill it into the pocket, wouldn't you? Unless, I suppose, if you're putting a fretboard on, then it's fine.
Yeah.
Or if you take a chunk out of the last fret, which I've seen done before. So the middle of the last fret, or
after the fretboard after the last fret has got like a cutout on it. That's generally what they do because my bass guitar's got that, and I'm envious of how easy and accessible it is. I mean, I've had it out against truss rod covers for the longest time. Anyway, I tend to take them off and leave them.
It's kind of like the reason I like locking tuners, not because they don't really give you that much extra tuning stability, other than you haven't got lots of winds around the end. But it's just the ease of changing strings.
Yeah, and that's something I need to learn. Is this has got a locking nut, and I've never used one of those in my entire life.
Of course, it has. Yeah.
Yeah, and like,
that's a game.
It's also got the fine tuners on the. It's not one of the cheap knockoff ones. So you've got the fine tuners at the bridge end.
I think they all
do. Yeah.
Yeah. But
the fine tuners. What they do is they tilt the saddle itself, which is strange. But it
makes sense. But yeah, like I can't wait to get this thing set up because actually I can like try and teach myself some new techniques for a while because I don't have anything that I could even attempt to shred on. Like the closest thing I've got really is the Les Paul, and that's not really a shredder's guitar, is it? I've got nothing that's super Strat-esque.
No.
I mean, Zach Wild might argue, but I know what you mean.
No. Yeah, I mean, Les Pauls aren't built for shred, but people use them despite that.
Yeah, it's like Steve Stevens, and yeah, for sure.
Yeah, I mean, this is like the upper fret access. Like, it's also the first 24 fret guitar I've ever owned, and I felt a bit dirty. Because you just grab
a couple of pliers and pull the last two out.
I mean, I wonder if you're going to have like a similar experience to what I've had with the Strandberg, because when I go back to my other guitars now, I'm like, fuck, this is hard to play.
I don't think I will because I've always like a chunkier neck anyway.
So have I.
And like, yeah, I like. Don't get me wrong. I want to get this thing up and running, but it will be like most of the time it'll sit at home. And obviously, your advice of always keep a 3mm Allen key on you. It has 3 Allen keys on the back. 1 3mm one for the nut, 1 for adjusting the saddles on the bridge, and I don't know what the other one is for yet.
Yeah, well,
there's a third one for a different size.
So with the Ibanez Edge system, which is basically like a Floyd Rose, the 3mm Allen key works for all of them. So you only need 1, and you can get everything done on it. It's fantastic.
Yeah, this must have 2 different ones at one bit, and then obviously it's got the tiny little one for adjusting saddle height as well.
Okay, yeah. You've got.
What would you say are the sort of like advice points that you would give for using a Floyd Rose, like from not experiencing one before?
I mean, mainly
I'm talking about setup as opposed to actually playing with it.
Yeah,
get someone else to do it.
So the way that you tune it, is not the way that you tune a regular guitar. Like it's all very modular when you tune a normal guitar. You tune the E, and then you'll tune the A, you'll tune and you'll go up all of them, and it's your sound. So
I know you can't do that with it.
Yeah, you want to tune incrementally, or a trick that I found is you over-tune the low strings. So you tune almost up to F with the E, and then a little bit lower,
less with the A.
And by the time you get to the D, you're kind of tuning somewhere there. And you get up to the high E, and the low E will have pulled itself back down.
Yeah. And when you change string, make sure you put the fine tuner back into kind of like a center place.
Otherwise, we've all been there.
You look up.
You got it to max, and you're like,
yeah.
Fuck, I need to detune. Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, you forgot to undo the thumb wheel from last time, and you've just set it up and tuned all the strings up so that they're in tune, and then you go, okay, now I've just got to do a little bit of fine tuning. Fuck. Yeah, that's
you might find as well that when it's tuned up, you might find that it just like notches a little bit. So it might just sit in there, and then it might go notch like that, and that means that the knife edge kind of needs sharpening because it's gone a little bit square at the end. It sits in like this, and it might be like that, so it's going notch like that, and that will just mean that needs sharpening.
Yeah. Well, like I say, I'm not doing any setup myself to solve that. To be honest with you, I might just get it reset up every time it needs new strings.
I mean, that's a good idea.
Like, I'll put Ernie Ball's Super Slinkies. Ernie Ball. I'll put Elixir coated strings on it, and the only thing I find with them is they tend to go when the inner core of one of the round strings goes, and obviously there's no break angle with the Floyd Rose system like there is on a Fender. So hopefully, like it'll be every 2 years, and they're like, "Oh, it's been 2 years. I probably need a setup." And smiley face.
Kind of going back to what you were saying about like the tuning them. You know, like if you tune one up too much, there's benefits to that. Like you can, if you bend your high E string and play your low E string, you can change the pitch of your low E string because it does it all. But if you snap one of your strings whilst you're playing, the whole fucking thing's bollocks.
You might as well throw it in the bin. I know that much.
Yeah.
I've seen it happen before. It's hilarious.
Yeah, it's.
I've watched some. What were they playing? They were playing. They were doing the solo for "Jump" to Van Halen, and about 3 notes in, the B strings, and they kept going, and it was one of the funniest things I've ever seen. It was just like.
Your best bet there is to find one string which is randomly, like, vaguely in key and just play on that one string.
No, he just kept going like, oh, it's okay, I'll just... Anything on the B string, I'll either go 5 that way or 5 that way. And it didn't. It sounded fucking awful, but it was hilarious to watch.
Trouble is, it's not even, it's just like all the strings got a tune. All the fucking intonation goes as well.
Because everything has gone because your bridge has shifted forward.
If you got to be careful not to over tighten. I know you said you're not setting it up, but other people listening might be. So on the end where you tighten up the little block that moves along. Firstly, you got to be careful not to let that little block fall out because it will, and you lose that, you're fucked. Right? But when you tighten that up,
the little clamps.
Tighten it up. Yeah. You got to tighten it up so it's like tight enough. But if you over tighten it, you will break the string.
Yeah.
Same with the nut at the locking nut as well.
Yeah,
Floyd
I've got all this to learn. I will at some point have a go at restringing a Floyd Rose, but like I ummed and ahed about changing the strings on a Bigsby, and actually that wasn't too bad.
It's not. But
Floyd Rose just to be fair, if you'd have asked me last week, I'd have said, why would I buy a guitar with a Floyd Rose? So I've already made the jump, and like secretly, I've always quite wanted a Floyd Rose system just so that I can do dive bombing every now and again. What I really want to do is take it to a gig and do like Red House or something, and then just halfway through the solo, just
we used to do that all the time. So we used to go to like jam nights where everyone was like blues players and we were all metal players, and we all had like Ibanez's, and I had my Shine, my red Shine one with the
we know.
Anyway.
We know.
We used to just like fucking do all these like shredding stuff all over really badly. Well, I was really bad at it, but it was all like fucking whammy bar and slash, and not slash satch and stuff like that. It was crazy.
Indeed.
Yeah, but I basically bought it because it'd be a really versatile guitar, and like I say, I can finally see if I can teach myself to do some shredding and maybe a bit of tapping.
Yeah. For the price of, I mean, you wouldn't even be able to get a classic vibe second hand for that these days.
No, yeah, £236. You're not buying anything that's,
like a pretty decent Harley Benton would go for that.
Yeah, and then you'd have to set it up and probably replace the pickups, and so pretty chuffed. And like I say, the hard case alone cost most of what I paid for the guitar, and actually the hard case also fits a normal Strat.
Nice.
So I basically bought a hard case for my Strat and got a free guitar.
Got a guitar with it.
Awesome. Matt, send me over that serial number, and
I've already decoded it. So
have you?
The date of this DM2 is March 1983.
Ooh.
Nice. So that's older than I am.
Yep,
and me.
Indeed,
it's older than all of us on the podcast.
Indeed.
So I got an old thing.
You did, like a good old thing. Although it is missing the L, so it's actually not a delay; it's a DA.
Yeah, it's a DA DM2.
DA DM2. Yeah, I mean that sounds foreign.
That's northern.
DA DM2.
I mean, like I say, like it's chipped all over the place. Like it's clearly been around for 20 years.
It's been loved.
It's got the guys in first initial, so he's J on above the power jack input.
J is for Jack.
It's a DJ.
Tells you where to put the power jack.
Yeah, but I mean, like I say, it's a classic pedal that's only going to appreciate in value probably. So
Indeed,
I might hang on to it, and then if I get short on cash, I'm sure I can flip it for quite a bit more than I paid for it. So
they only came out in 81, so that's a very early one, considering they're still being made. Well,
Yeah.
the Waz one is anyway.
the Wazza one is. I was going to say,
they were
haven't made
discontinued
it
for a
since
while,
the
weren't they?
90s, have they?
They never replaced it though. They never made like a DM3.
No, and they didn't make a DM1 either. So why two?
The compacts, generally speaking, start with 2. I think it's to do with Japanese lucky numbers. There's some reason that you don't get certain numbers of pedals from Boss, but I don't know the specifics of it. But you do get some of the small ones are ones, and I'm trying to think what they are. What comes in one?
DS1.
DS1, of course. Yeah, SD1.
That sounds like a very posh way of
SG1 for the slow gear.
Yeah.
Stargate SG1.
Hey.
So
I
Lee,
don't know about the others.
you done some stuff this week. You've done a demo on a hotly anticipated pedal.
Yep. So what I wanted to do was kind of I wanted to demo the DL4 Mark II in a way that I'd not seen anyone demo it before, which was quite easy. It was a way that I've seen other people do to other pedals and stuff. So I've basically gone through all of the vintage delays and just played them one by one. And I've got to edit it down and release it tomorrow. But I've got about an hour's worth of playing. I've got to edit it down into about 4 minutes, so that's going to be fun.
Nice.
I was going to do some talking over it, but I might actually just not, because I've got enough work to do as it is.
Yeah.
But yeah, that was nice, and I've just played how each effect kind of made me feel like playing.
Yeah.
To try and showcase it, and then what I'll do is I'm going to do the
new the HX
ones.
versions, and then the reverbs as well.
Exactly. Yeah, there's 15 of each, and I'm going to get them out, and we'll have like 3 nice demos of it, and I think that'll be quite comprehensive as well.
Yeah.
So anyone looking to do that, I don't think I'll demo the looper. I might, but demoing loopers isn't the easiest thing in the world.
I mean, at very best, you'd just do like a really short tutorial on how it works, wouldn't you?
I mean, yeah, I've got to work it out first.
Yeah. True that.
I have used the looper on this, but I think there's more to it than what I've done.
Yeah.
So that'd be quite cool. I've also been working on my studio as well, so I've laid some carpet down in there, moved some things around. I had 2 rooms that are right next to each other, but you have to walk basically more than the length of the house to get from one to the other, because they back onto each other and the doors are the opposite sides. And one had stuff for the one is a storage room that had stuff for my music room, my studio in it.
Yeah.
And the other one was the studio that had a lot of stuff that needed to go in.
So you had to go around the house to get.
Yeah, so there's a lot of going backwards and forwards, and I had a lot of tools in there where I've been doing work as well, so they had to all go back in the tool cupboard, only for me to go and need them again in the next few days. So I will need them again, but I thought just get these out of the way while I'm laying the carpet down.
Yeah.
So that's done. I've got to get some curtains put up in there for the soundproofing. I've got some foam to go on the ceiling in the corners and stuff like that. So yeah, very excited. The foam, actually, funny enough, sorry, put it on silent. The foam, funny enough, is only for my benefit, because everything's going to be DI'd into the mixer coming through virtual cabs.
Oh, it helps you with mixing though, doesn't it, if you've got a less live room?
Yeah, absolutely. And the virtual cabs I'm going to be using are going to be more or less the same as what I'm using in the room anyway.
Yeah,
I might even get a Victory cab and stick that up in the back, just so I can hear it. And it means I haven't got to wear headphones and monitors and stuff inside the room. I can do it. I can just play, and Yeah, I'm really looking forward to being able to make some really high quality demos.
Cool. Yeah. I'm quietly anticipating some of these coming out as well. Because I've seen the work that you've put in, and you've got some absolutely stonking gear as well.
I'm very lucky with gear. Very, very lucky with gear. Yeah, I've been playing around with my GT 1000 Core a little bit because we've been talking about that a little bit.
We have.
Yeah, I've been
potentially got something on the horizon for that, haven't we?
Yeah, bring it to me. Bring me the horizon.
Please don't. Please, no.
Yeah, so there are some demos that I need to work on. I've been really been really anticipating bringing them out.
Yeah.
I've also been talking to some friends about how to get the air step working with the ES8 because there isn't actually a patch for that.
Yeah.
So we're looking at creating one and just trying to work out, like, troubleshoot why I'm having issues. So I've got to give a shout out to a couple of people. Okay, so I want to give a shout out to John Chase, who runs the ES8 group, who is a top guy. He's really funny. Although he runs the ES8 group, anytime anyone posts like a picture of a board with an ES8 on the on pedal boards of Doom, he's like, "So what's that then?" And Alec Bourne, who is a very big advocate for the advocado for the air step. And he is like the MIDI lord. Any MIDI issues you've got, he is like, you just speak to him and he's like, he's got it nailed. So yeah, check the guys out. Alex Bourne's all over the shop in terms of like on the groups and stuff like that. And he's like I say, MIDI master.
I'm gonna have to have a chat with him. See what else I can get out of this air step.
Yeah, man. Have you managed to link it up to your door at all?
No, I've not tried that yet. But it has.
Well, you can link it up to the door and like click on a foot, and it'll just open your door, and you can walk in the room, and you click it off, and it closes the door behind you.
Automated doors, yeah.
I mean,
fantastic.
It's like living in the 80s.
It's an absolute shit if you forgot to take the pedal with you. You go out of the door, then you're trapped. I think that's how it works anyway. No, I've not done that because I would be the kind of guy who locks myself out of the door using the air step.
What you been up to, man?
I don't know. That was too sudden. Too suddenly. Suddenly. Whee! So I did a No Talk Tone versus last week, and it's quite popular. It's the K-Line Orange Burst versus the Joyo Deluxe Crunch, and it's garnered some quite interesting conversation. There's a lot of opinions about these two pedals. They're kind of Marshall in a box style pedals. I think one is based on the BB preamp. The other is based on the MI Crunch box, like the second iteration of it with the presence and tone control. So like both are within that Marshall ballpark. But there's the K-Line one is like considerably brighter sounding. And they give two completely different flavors, but it's almost been like dividing the audience in half. So I really
painful.
not directly down the middle, but like I really like those videos that get the conversations flowing. So I really enjoyed that one that was released this week. Released last week, 2 weeks ago, probably by this point.
Also, timey-wimey.
Indeed. The most recent one that come out, finally, is the TC Electronics Bucket Brigade. Which, spoilers, it's awesome. Did you just shit yourself, Lee? that weren't a fart. That was far too wet to be a fart.
I mean, I haven't stopped farting since we got in here, and my mother-in-law needs to sleep in this room tonight.
Nice.
Feel really awful.
Unlucky.
She's going to feel really awful later.
She's going to walk into. Look,
I'm going to have to open that window up in a second.
You definitely fucking will, because I can smell it from here. But yes, back to things which aren't Lee's farts. The Bucket Brigade's delay, which I know that like when we reported on it initially, we were saying, is this the carbon copy, but like half the price? Yeah, pretty much. It does that. The repeats on it are slightly more pristine than I thought they'd be. I thought they'd be somewhere more in the region of like the DM2, but then
you've got the modulation on it as well, haven't you?
You have got the modulation. Yeah, that you've got the depth control is it's on the front of the pedal, so you don't have to go rooting through the back of the pedal, which we're going to talk about a little bit later. No, we're not. Sorry, that was last week.
That was last week.
The week before.
We confirmed that it's factually correct that you don't want to open the back of a pedal up to use it.
Mm.
I mean, it still does have that option for those people who feel it is necessary, because you've got the speed of the modulation in the pedal, but you've got just the depth on the outside.
Yeah, just like the carbon copy does as well.
The carbon copy's got both on the inside.
Yeah.
And has got the mod switch as a push button rather than a toggle. But yeah, it like for all intents and purpose, it is a carbon copy. More like a carbon copy bright.
So is it a carbon copy of the carbon copy?
Yes, yeah. So what some might say. It's fantastic, and it's really small as well. So it's much more convenient than I thought it would be. Because I thought it would be the same size as the like the Afterglow that you've got, and the big box TC Behringer motherfuckers.
Yeah,
but it's not. It's smaller.
Smaller than that, because those ones do get a bit cumbersome.
Yeah, I mean, but you do also save a bit of space with them being top mounted and being absolutely square sides as well. So
yeah,
but yeah, this is like all of that and tiny, so it's like massively convenient. So they're really cool. I've potentially got another video waiting and ready, but I haven't recorded it yet because we're doing this on a Tuesday. But I've got an idea for what we're going to go for, and it might, if I can pull my finger out, it's going to have either the Joyo American sound or the Joyo British sound versus something. I might just do them versus each other. Fuck it, why not?
Going back to the Bucket Brigade for a second.
Okie dokie.
The height of this thing is about the same height as a mini pedal. So something like the exotic EP booster or something along those lines. So that'd be...
So it's a lot smaller than a normal... Like, in height-wise, it's smaller than a normal...
Yeah. It's a lot smaller.
So weird.
And then it's top-mounted jacks as well. So when you actually think... with the jacks, it's actually only about 1 centimetre wider than a mini pedal. So this gives me an idea for a video, because I would really like to see more pedals this size.
My only concern with that is it'll make it a pain in the ass to put on a normal pedal board, because mini pedals don't sit well over 2 rungs.
Oh, in height?
Yeah. Right. So because it's so short, it'll be shorter than a standard Boss or whatever. And if you try and put a mini pedal over 2 rungs on a pedal train board, it's just, you might as well not bother.
Yeah.
So you have to rotate them sideways and have them vertically above each other. And that's my only concern about that, is that negates the top mounted jacks.
What I was thinking was, I've got a lot of different mini pedals, a lot of different pedals here. I've got like this Korg Pitch Black Mini, which is very flat, a flatter than a normal mini pedal. I've got this little switcher from Tate Effects. I've got the Impulse IR loader from TC, which is slightly different size to something like one of the Chinese mini pedals. Then we've got that Bucket Brigade. Then I've got like an MXR pedal, which in itself isn't actually that much bigger than the Bucket Brigade. It is bigger.
Yeah,
but
it's just
actually
enough to kind of.
Yeah, it's about another
stretch
like
that
sixth bigger, isn't it?
But then in my other hand here, I've got the Jam Dalai Lama, which is a normal pedal size. And you can see it's actually quite considerably bigger than an MXR pedal.
Well, the MXR is the same size as the Nano EHX, isn't it? In the same box as a Nano EHX.
So. I think they are actually, yeah. So what I was thinking is I might do a video on stability of these. And I was just wondering if we can get some feedback from the listeners as to whether that would be something they want to see.
As in, if you stick them on a board, are they going to fall over when you try and...
Yeah.
Oh, yeah, because that's the drawback of mini pedals, isn't it? That actually, because their footprint is so tiny in comparison to the height of the pedal.
They're already wibbly wobbly.
Yeah, they're a bit like a double-decker bus, aren't they?
What the hell is this thing?
This is the Korg Pitch Black Mini, and it has little feet that come out the side.
I mean, that's one way of doing it, but that kind of defeats the point of having a MIDI pedal, doesn't it?
No, because it's only going as wide as the jacks would be in the side of it.
Yeah, and they're really small, so they would fit under like another pedal or something along those lines. That they're like really, really thin.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
So little feet pop out the bottom on the Korg Pitch Black Mini. I think it's the best idea ever. It's better than sliced bread.
Isn't it like creating a solution to a problem that they've made by making a mini like a mini tuner?
I mean, let's be fair, right? You don't even have to stick them out fully. So you could just
you don't
like a little bit.
I'm being a little bit facetious there, but it's solving a problem that you made. So, but anyway, we've got some arguing to do. We have got some massive arguments and falling out to have on it, haven't we? So we're going to do some hot takes. I've not got the stats up from this week's one, but I think when I last checked, it was that. So last week's hot take was Andrew Bimpson's all pedals should have MIDI. And I think the majority were saying that is a no from me.
Yes, so there's only 2 people that said that Bimpson was right, and it's Bimpson.
Bimpson was one of them.
You. And then 5 people are correct.
Yeah. I mean, we've not quite seen the dizzying heights of the last one. But
I mean, if we put this... I should have posted this on Pedalboard today because I should have shared this up and asked because I didn't. I only saw it today and I thought it was one we'd be talking about in the future. I thought last week was the dip switches one. So sorry about that. But yeah, I think I will post this in and maybe we can come back to it because I think you'll find that you're wrong.
So I'm going to say,
really
as the official ruling, we'll go with what we've got now because that's how we always do it. But I am going to say, to give Bimpson's wrong opinion a fair crack at the whip, do share it in Pedal Boards of Doom and see what the consensus is.
Yeah, I think it's too much of a sweeping statement, though. I think it's too much of a broad brush.
Yeah, well, he then contradicted himself in the comments to the poll by saying that maybe not on a one knob fuzz. Yeah. And, definitely delays and reverbs, but maybe possibly some drives as well. And I'm like, well, you've just gone back and you're literally disagreeing with your own statement.
Yeah. I mean, if he would have worded it better, I think this could have passed. Like, if he would have said that MIDI has the potential of making pedals better, I think he would have rallied the troops with that one because it was so definitive.
Yeah, you can. Who wants an extra foot switch for their foot switchable thing? It's a pedal. It has a foot switch. I don't want another foot switch. The only other foot switch should be a tap tempo if it's a delay.
You just have to look at like how many people put MIDI switches
Right. Let's stop here, lads, because we are dangerously close in being pulled into last week's hot take.
Okay.
We've
Where
got
are
a
we
hot
at, then?
take for this week, and
Go on, then.
it's a controversial one. It is one that will and has pissed people off.
Naming
and-
no names.
Yeah. So this is almost along the same lines of the Judas Priest are better than Maiden kind of thing, but it's that and some. So this is the hot take, and you've got to bear with me for this one because you're gonna be ready to like burst out with hate straight away. But just hear me out, okay? Hear me out.
Get on with it then. Come on.
Right, Nirvana are to grunge as Kiss are to 70s American rock. So hear me out. Just I can hear I can visibly cut that tension with a knife. So the whole thought process came from me listening to the two bands last week. I listened to like a compilation of Nirvana's tunes, which was like a selection of their quote unquote best hits. And something which was similar for Kiss, which was like one of the Alive albums, which was like one of their tours. And obviously, if they're touring, they're going to be playing some of their new stuff, but then a lot of the classic hits. So generally speaking, like comparable bits of music. And aside from like the hits that don't fall within the normal parameters of each band's work, there was a load of kind of formulaic musicality with both bands, in the sense that like Nirvana used a lot of chord progressions which sounded quite similar. Almost you could hear the influence from like the latter end of the Beatles from Nirvana, with like almost like Eastern sounding chord progressions with melodies that weren't your standard like 1-6-4-5 stuff. And it was all like kind of floaty sounding, almost jarring, but in a quite pleasant way, but always in the same kind of way as well. With Kiss, it was or like their chord progressions were very much diatonic rock and roll, but musically as well. Like Nirvana, it was heavy, turn off the distortion pedal during the verse to have clean or like mildly overdriving clean section, and then the moment the chorus kicks in, you hear that click of the DS1 or whatever pedal he's being used at the time, and it was that for almost every song. It was, here's the light and shade, but you could almost time it with a stopwatch as to where these bits of light and shade were.
That's the first possibly correct thing that you've said so far. Continue.
With
Agreed.
Kiss, it was the same thing, but without, instead of like distortion clean, it was a case of, okay, here comes in, like, here's the one guitar, and then the second guitar comes in with like ringing over chord, and now I know there's definitely going to be riff number one. And it was that formula of, I could almost write the song before I'd heard it, because it was,
could you put it into a bot and like write a Kiss song for me?
Yeah, and like when I was listening to both bands, I was like, I'm pretty sure I could get AI to write this and it would be 99% accurate.
I don't think that's the case for Nirvana. I really don't. I don't.
Right, so I'm taking out stuff that doesn't fall within that remit. Come As You Are, I think, is probably one of those, because that's majoritatively clean through.
Well, hang on. Is it though? Because I think.
Yeah, it's pretty much only the solo where it gets a bit raucous in that.
Yeah.
But like, the bit about you can tell it's a Nirvana song by if it's phasey but very light overdrive in the verse and a DS1 in the chorus.
Yeah.
Yes, I'll give you that, because like but that's about it. Like the rest of it, like I don't think you could input every Nirvana song into a piece of AI and it would write a Nirvana song.
I mean, you can more or less
because they
apply
all
that to
have
Metallica, couldn't you?
Yeah,
But, I mean,
and
Nirvana songs all have a different. They might have a underlying theme throughout them. That's called songwriting. But they certainly don't all follow the same theme. They're not even all about depression or all about suicide or all about miserableness.
no, there's two
Rape,
there's two with
rape,
Nirvana.
Don't forget rape.
So there's two with Nirvana. There's like almost childish innocence, and there is shock. Those are the two themes of Nirvana.
I'm not sure that's the case. But
You could almost
okay.
apply that
So
to the White Stripes
what
as
needs
well.
to do is go through the back catalogue of Nirvana and count the amount of times the word gun is used, and as you can take a drink every time it's used out of context. Like in the middle of a song, I don't have a gun, when there was no mention of firearms at any point during the song. Take a shot, because you're going to be wasted before you get to the middle part of that album. And like I'm gonna preface this just so that I don't get as much hate as I think I will get for this. I'm not saying that either bands, especially Nirvana, are bad. I like
Kiss are
Nirvana's.
rubbish.
So Kiss
are rubbish.
they
I preface this with saying
Kiss are rubbish.
one of my favourite songs is a Kiss song. But I also preface that by saying that is absolutely the result of Bill and Ted. Right. So
Yeah,
and it's a song.
that's not even Kiss's song, is it? That's
No,
Argent.
it's Argent, yeah. But
Yeah, so
their version is absolutely brilliant. And
does-
it's a song about
like it's-
God, and I am definitely not religious. So
yeah,
I
it's superior to the original. It has a bit more magic to it, doesn't it? But that's one of the Bruce Kulick, Vinnie Vincent kind of era Kiss stuff doesn't fall into this like formulaic rock pattern as much as like the classic Ace Frehley lineup Kiss,
yeah,
where it is.
I don't know. I've got very little time for listening to them. It's a bit. Kiss to me is like modern rap. Modern rap is all about, yeah, I've got all these cars and I've got all these bitches and, you know, look how cool this is. And it's like, no, I want to hear about your fucking hardship, mate. I want to listen to NWA and shit like that, you know. That's what I want to be listening to. And with if you're playing the blues, sing the fucking blues. And I have the same issue, and this is a big take, I have the same issue with Van Halen. Like, Eddie's fantastic player, all great musicians, and the guys in Kiss are great musicians as well. But
I take umbrage with that.
they are definitely musicians. Yeah,
I genuinely, I said this when you first brought this up. I was like, they are like the Monkees, but in the 70s instead of the 60s. They're a bunch of frauds, can't really play their instruments, put together by, you know, basically a music. I don't know whether this is true, but this is how I envisage Kiss. Somebody went, you all look a bit weird. Why don't you all wear some makeup and we'll make a band? And here you go. Here's some lyrics for you. Here's your entire lyrics: rock and roll, love, crazy, and nights. And there you go. There's your entire fucking all of your musical output
and God
for the entire period of your band.
Yeah. So I think the same thing with the word gun that you do with Nirvana. If you use the word love for Kiss, like even out of context, it is there. Like I 100% say that like Kiss's catalogue is about trying to bang women. There is absolutely no argument about that, and I think they don't try and hide that. I mean, one of their songs is called Love Gun. So it's not like it's trying to be subtle, but the formulaic nature of Kiss lyrics and Kiss lyrics nowhere near to the standard even of the Nirvana lyrics, but they follow a similar pattern. Kiss lyrics, you could get AI to write. There's almost a formula where they find a topic, like a completely unrelated topic, and they throw in metaphors as like they shoehorn them in and try and get these clunky metaphors into how this can be used for banging a woman.
They're an unironic Steel Panther, and I know that's exactly what the whole point of Steel Panther is, but they were doing the same thing that Steel Panther were doing, only unironically. They were doing it serious. They thought that's how serious music should be, or I don't know whether they took themselves seriously, but they seem like they're taking themselves seriously. They certainly don't seem like they're completely taking the piss out of themselves like Steel Panther do.
No, it's all a money train for them. They were like the richest band for ages because you can buy everything. It's all about marketing. You can buy a Kiss coffin. I remember seeing this in like a rock magazine at one point.
Is it covered in a purple mirror that's been smashed?
I mean, it's just awful.
Oh, that Washburn. It also
no, it was an Ibanez.
Yeah. The Ibanez as well. Yeah, I mean, he did have a Washburn at one point. And they were like smashed mirror effect.
They're like Bonamassa. If you name it, you can buy a Bonamassa condom or whatever.
Yeah. Flip-flop.
By the way, best condom I ever saw advertised was, you remember when Bruce Willis did that game Armageddon?
I do.
They released some condoms on them, and on the condoms it said "Die Hard."
Oh, nice.
Sorry.
Nice.
Anyway, I digress. You name it, you can buy a Kiss version of it, and they have just done this real big marketing campaign to all the Peter Griffins out there, and it's just like that makeup should invoke what Ghost invoke with that sort of makeup, but instead they've made themselves out to be just black and white clowns.
Well, I mean, clowns. It was clown makeup. It's always been clown makeup.
Back in the day, it was that shock thing because it's the whole reason that like they had a career and Alice Cooper had a career. All of these.
No. Alice Cooper writes songs.
He fully admits that like the early parts of his career were entirely based on the shock, and that part of that was his stage makeup.
Yeah, but it wasn't generic lovey-dovey bullshit. It was like the lyrics and something. He's got a song called "Dead Babies."
Yeah, I'm not
Alice
trying to
Cooper
say
is
that Kiss and Alice Cooper are the same thing, but they went for the same gimmick. They went for the
makeup wearing.
Yeah.
I get where you're coming from, but like they did it in a totally different way.
Yeah, it's like
Alice
Slipknot
Cooper did it properly.
did in the 2000s.
Yeah,
they basically did like the gritty reboot of Kiss. I mean, this is a hot take in and of itself, isn't it?
I remember seeing Kiss for ages and thinking, like, before I ever heard them, because like growing up in the UK, you don't hear Kiss very often. And,
like you had to search for it, didn't you?
Yeah, absolutely. And when I was growing up, you couldn't search for it because there was no internet. So you grow up and you see like Kiss adverts or in films and these sort of things, and you see them.
They look like the most brutal fucking thing on the planet, don't they?
Do. And I was so eager to listen to them, and the disappointment, I still feel it now.
Yeah, like fucking.
When the vacket did I accidentally put Gary
just
Glitter
like
on?
a few cowboy chords and touch my dick all night.
Yeah, and it's probably one of the reasons why I absolutely hate Kiss. But like my first introduction to Kiss was obviously Bill and Ted, and then after that, like I
mean, it's all downhill from there, isn't it? Because you've
all downhill. I was like, oh, so
Absolutely.
like they look a bit weird, and you know. They're quite kind of interesting, and I did have an internet connection, but I wasn't like searching for bands and stuff. I was too busy.
It's watching porn.
Too busy wanking.
So, like, my next exposure to them was Guitar Hero 3, which had "I Want to Rock and Roll All Night," and that.
And if it's the studio version as well,
it is the studio version.
That is
that loop
wet
for
half.
fucking
That is
4 minutes. There's nothing to it at all.
It's like the live version is so much better.
It's music for people who want to pretend they like rock.
Yeah, it's definitely it's music for pop fans that want to be a little bit edgy.
Mm.
Or want to think that they're a little bit edgy. But I wouldn't say the same about Nirvana.
No, Nirvana was Kurt getting across his anguish from his really bad childhood because his father was like this real big Republican and he was just a horrible bastard. And, I've read the memoirs and stuff like that. So you get a kind of a bit deeper understanding. But this is why the lyrics are so like cryptic, really, because it's kind of him just sorting through his bullshit in his head and kind of like just putting it to paper. You look through his one of his memoirs is kind of like just page a page of all of these, because he used to write down everything, and there's just page after page after page of these scribblings, almost like a crazy person, and a lot of the lyrics are just that put onto like him putting them into words and these sort of things.
Yeah. I mean, I get it. I understand.
AI's not going to do that. I fucking open AI. It's not going to do that.
No, but like it's. I'm not trying to draw 100% parallels between both bands. I'm just saying, like, in terms of like the musicality, like the actual music that's produced, not the lore that's behind them, and the marketing, like the absolute marketing machine that Kiss is. Because again, I like, even if Kurt hadn't have died back in the 90s, I don't think we'd be like sipping Nirvana mugs, wearing our Nirvana dressing gowns, and
although people used to wear the smiley face hoodie,
well, the
all
smiley
the time,
face T-shirt is always just going to be out there because it was the one thing that they were allowed to monetize or merchandise. So.
How much is that the opposite of this band that looks like they're worshipping Satan and like going to just fucking tear your soul out, and then doing that to, oh, here's a smiley face, and guess what it sounds like? Nirvana. You know, it's like the polar opposite.
Yeah, so
yeah, kind of. I mean, the big thing for me is you've said that the music is formulaic, and apart from the guitars going from clean to distorted with Nirvana, I don't think it is. And even more than that, Kiss aren't singing like a ninth harmony over a G chord and like running into a melody with all these upper extensions. If you listen to where the melody goes with Kurt's vocals over the top of the fairly simplistic chords that he's playing, he's, instead of playing the upper extensions on the guitar, he's singing the upper extensions with his voice.
Look,
he's making complicated music with simple music. He's combining the two. Whereas Kiss, it was simple music with a simple melody sung over the top.
I'd like to also ask, you know, when you like kind of leave Nevermind running and you have like after about 5 minutes of silence, you kind of have that weird fucking hang on a minute, they're on LSD and they're playing their instruments and they really shouldn't be bit. How formulaic is that?
I don't think he was talking about that specific.
Yeah. And so, like, we're talking like the standard deviation, aren't we? We're not talking like the low end, which is the LSD music, and we're not talking about the breakout hits that don't kind of follow that particular formula. But there is a lot kind of in that middle section. There's a lot more than
just
that
many albums.
Yes, but there's within that there's a lot of kind of formulaic repetition. And I'm not saying that the complexity of Nirvana's music is comparable to the complexity of Kiss. Like, Kiss's music is Dr. Seuss in music format. But you can time on a watch when the breakdown riff is coming in. You can time on a watch when like Paul Stanley's single guitar chord is coming over the jugga 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 jugga.
I mean, you can do that with most bands. I remember when we were younger and we were trying to learn solos, or we were just like, me and my mates were sitting there talking about, oh, this solo is really wicked. You would go on to any video or any music thing and you would skip to 3/4 of the way through, and just around there is going to be the solo.
Yeah, I mean, there's a slight difference between that and like being able to pinpoint the next musical bit to a T. Like the switching off of a distortion pedal. I would argue that like other bands that I would compare within that time frame, like Black Sabbath, have such an eclectic span of music that you'd struggle to find like
Yeah,
a
it's
handful of
definitely
Sabbath
not.
songs that follow that same formula. Same
we
with
picked
Led
up-
Zeppelin, even if part or all of it is pilfered.
I mean, so is everything else.
Same with Deep Purple. Like,
And Rainbow.
I would struggle
but-
to find two Deep Purple songs which sound close enough in terms of structure, in terms of like melody, in terms of
Highway Star and Black Knight are very kind of.
it's not Highway Star and Black Knight, is it? Because Black Knight's doon 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 doon, doon, whereas Highway Star's
Yeah, but if you take the doon 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 out, the verse and the verses of both of those are pretty much the same song.
I mean, it's a bit of a stretch, but that's like two songs.
Like literally, when I sing the end of "I'm a Highway Star," my mind goes do 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 do, which is not Highway Star.
I mean, Highway Star, and there is another Deep Purple tune which like pedals on that G.
Like on the water.
No, because that's iconic, and
But it starts with a riff,
it does.
and then you go dun 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 dun. That's obviously fucking.
That's not
That's War Pigs.
Yeah, exactly. They're very similar.
But those are two different bands. That's the point.
Yeah, but you could also apply this to Maiden, of course, because like
Yeah. I mean, there are more bands, and
of course,
Yeah, your argument, his entire argument about Maiden was all of their songs are the same song.
yeah, and like I could interchange the words Nirvana and Kiss with AC/DC, Maiden. I could do it with especially Status Quo. Fuck me.
That's the whole preface of
Yeah,
their,
I mean they
that's
very
the
much
name of
lean
the
into
band.
that, don't they?
They do, but actually, if you listen into some of their hits, they sound completely different. And
Well,
yes,
they
like some of
actually
the
do
hits
know more
though.
than
Some of the
three
hits.
guitars. Yeah, no, totally. I totally get it. The filler on the albums is all blues sped up a little bit.
What's
Yeah,
the
yeah.
Matchsticks
But I mean, Chuck
one,
Berry
though,
wrote two songs in his entire career,
Yeah,
and
and he
you know,
did
he was
some awful
touring
things
for-
as well. So we
Yeah.
we maybe don't talk too much about Chuck Berry. That's that Disney song, isn't it? We don't talk about Chuck Berry. But there we go. That is enough pontification anyway, because we're well over the hour mark and we've not done a lick of news. So if you get
Gene
more,
Simmons.
pardon.
Gene Simmons, we forgot to mention because you mentioned liquid news. He does have a huge tongue, and that is something that other bands don't have.
so you're saying the individuality of Kiss comes from
that-
Gene Simmons'
Because Gene Simmons is his
But
tongue. Yeah.
that is kind of the point. You know, I know little to nothing about Kiss because they just disappointed me hugely. Other than Gene Simmons has got a huge tongue, and he has slept with more women than I don't know Chuck Berry. So.
No. Okay. That's where we're gonna wrap this hot take for this week. If you agree
Yeah, okay.
that like Nirvana are to grunge as Kiss are to 70s American rock, then hit that yes button. If you don't, and I imagine that there's going to be a lot of people that don't, and I'm okay if this one doesn't get shared in the Pedal Boards of Doom group. That's fine.
It's not pedal related at all.
No. So yeah. So I mean, if you're on the same wavelength as me, by all means, like back me up on this one. I understand that I'm losing on this one, but I thought a little bit of controversy ain't gonna hurt no one. Please, no death threats. So news. We'll do a news. We'll do one because we've got 10 minutes before this becomes a Christmas special. So I'm going to go the Earthquaker Devices special cranker. I mean, this is my new nickname for Lee now. He's a right special cranker.
Who thought of? I mean, I assume that Earthquaker are an American company.
They are, yes.
Okay,
Jamie
so they
Stillman,
don't
isn't it?
particularly use wanker as an insult. Then
No,
where
I mean,
where they're from.
There was an advertisement on Facebook that keeps cropping up. It keeps going on Facebook and Instagram, and it's for a company that sell microphones that you attach to your mobile phone. The company's called Jobby. And the amount of the comments, my God, are worth it. So just to keep our overseas listeners in the loop, Jobby might not sound like a particularly interesting phrase, like turn of phrase to anyone outside the UK. In Scotland, Jobby means a shit. So that's a pretty bad.
Plug this shit into your
That's it, yeah. Your audio can sound like Jobby. But yeah, this again kind of misses the mark with that. However, the speaker cranker, I created a version of it on Vero board, I believe. Vero board's horrible. But the speaker cranker is basically like a drive pedal, one knob drive pedal that the more you turn it up, the louder it gets, but also the more cranked it gets. Really cool pedal. Adds a bit of kind of warm saturation to your tone. Really hard to use if you're not running it into a valve amp, but that's kind of the charm of it. The fact that it's a one knob pedal, it's a bit awkward to use, a little bit like fuzz faces as well. The fact that you've got to turn it all the way up to get the best tone.
I'm straight.
And that's the charming bit of it. That it's just a bit, you have to work with it, but it's kind of cool.
I really feel like it gives that sort of 90s Britpop sound absolutely spot on.
What, the cranker?
Yeah.
Yeah, and that's kind of what it does. It gives like an oversaturating speaker sound.
But it's not like a high gain pedal. It's kind of like...
Oh, not at all, not at all.
Yeah. It's really nice, actually. I kind of want one. I might borrow yours.
You will, you know. Will you?
You might, yeah.
Yeah. So that's like the original one was kind of a bit of a quirky pedal that you've got to really want to work with to make it work. They've taken all of the barrier to entry out of it and made it like incredibly easy to use, which makes sense, but loses some of the charm of the original for me. Because I like the fact that it's a little bit awkward, and the fact it's a bit like a range master, isn't it? Where part of the charm of that is that you have to absolutely crank the bollocks off it in front of a cooking amp. And it's not the sound that you're going to be using every day because your neighbours will moan. But when you do use it, it's an absolutely beautiful tone.
Yeah.
And so what they've done to this, they've given you 3 controls: level, tone, and more. So basically like a pre and post gain, I'd assume.
More was the control on the other one. So on the original one, knob one, more was the control you had.
Yeah,
yes.
So that will be the quote unquote gain control. Obviously, it's not like it's not a super high gain thing, but it's like that's where you get your edge from, and then volume, I assume, is so that you can bring it back down to unity and have.
Yeah, it's like a master volume, isn't it?
Yeah.
So like your post gain and your pre gain.
Yeah. And then I assume tone is like a one knob tone control.
Yeah, the fact you've got a tone control on this is
offensive.
It's just annoying. Because again, like once you cranked up,
think about it in context of different amps. It might not have been right for certain amps. It might have been too bright for some amps. It might have been too dark for others. So maybe it's just a kind of like almost like a presence, just to kind of be in it, make it so you can get that tone.
Do you know what else has got a presence though? Your amp.
My dick.
Well, it might. It also might not. A lot of amps don't have presence.
Yeah, I know they don't, but you know what I mean. Like the whole point of this pedal was.
I love where we've devolved. It's brilliant.
The whole point of this pedal was just to give you a bit more of your amp's sound.
It was a simple thing, and it was a really
simple thing to give you more of your amp, so that you did, instead of having to turn up your preamp, you just kick the front end a little bit harder.
I get the impression that this has come about from what people have said about it. I bet people have been like, "Oh, this is great. I just wish it had I wish I could control the volume, the overall volume. I wish I could control the overall tone." And if
I
you leave
guarantee all the people who asked for that won't buy it.
Yeah, but
I mean,
the speaker crank is discontinued.
Yeah, it was discontinued before, like way before this. So, it makes sense that they're reissuing it. It disappoints me that they didn't stick to their guns with just how characterful this pedal was. In fact, I would have respected it more if they would have released a no knob version of this where they just had that with the volume up full. And they didn't even call it the cranker. They just called it the what you gonna do about it.
Take the foot switch off it and just have it as a buffer.
Absolutely.
Called it the Noel Gallagher.
Yeah. So there is that. I mean, it's now got clipping control as well between germanium and silicon, which it is what it is. I think the one that I've got is silicon diodes. I can't remember. I made it a long time ago, and I've not even warmed up my soldering iron in about 3 years. So your guess is as good as mine. It's also got the EQD flexi switch, which allows you to switch between latch-in mode and momentary, which is a thing, I suppose. It also allows you to.
I don't know why you'd want a drive on momentary.
To use it as like a lead boost.
Yeah,
I mean,
the Spark Mini does that.
The lead that you're playing. Yeah,
it's just like little licks between, between chords. A bit kind of.
Yeah, that's the only thing I could ever think of using a momentary switch for. What else is a momentary switch for?
Adding a little bit of modulation to the end of a riff or something along those lines, so you can add like a bit of vibrato to the end of a riff, like you would add finger vibrato, or you could add some shimmer to the end of a line. So if you want to like play something and then have like it kind of trail off when you stop playing it, like this sort of magical unicorn shimmer piss. You could use a momentary one like that, and then when you release it, it could have trails on it. Also, then you've got expression pedals, and you've got things like hold pedals, so like delays with hold. So you've got oscillation, so pedals can go into self oscillation. That's perfect for momentary. May I continue?
I was thinking that EHX freeze and having that as a sustainy boy. That would work.
Plus pedal as well. The freeze has a momentary option,
but let's think about how many drive pedals have got that now. No. So, I mean, the original point stands.
Yeah, I don't think a drive pedal needs a momentary switch. I really don't.
So this also has got it can be run from 9 to 18 volts as well, which for something as low gain as this. Why are you running at 18? You're going to get more headroom and less gain.
I was going to say, so the whole thing about this is it's low gain, so you're going to take the gain away?
That's it.
Subtle. Yeah.
Just at that point, why not just buy a clean boost?
Exactly. I mean, in defense for this one, it is $99, so it's not exactly breaking the bank. It's a pretty decent sounding, relatively transparent drive boost kind of thing.
I like the sound of it. What I don't like about it is the colour scheme.
What, the orange?
I like the colour, but it's those two kind of like. I just don't think they sit together nicely. It reminds me of the 70s wallpaper. Don't think it's.
What's wrong with the 70s? Nice. It was the best one.
Ugh, 70s wallpaper. I went into a house the other day and it hasn't been decorated since the 70s, and it was like, oh god.
I mean, have you seen the door behind me?
My
Is
door's
there anything
upstairs
more
and like that.
1970s than that fucking door?
Yeah.
Like, the one thing my missus was bitching about when we looked at this place, I mean, it's dirt cheap to rent, so that's why we ended up here, but, like, she was just like, I hate the doors, and I'm like, what do you mean you hate the doors? Oh, they're very 70s, and I'm like, it's a door.
I think she was on about the band. And I'm with her. Like, don't get it. Just don't get the doors.
Do you know? I quite like the doors.
We were going to buy new doors, actually, but what we're going to do instead is put some beading on them and paint them so they actually look nicer.
What, like nana beading? Like you're getting like a nana kitchen? Like strips of beads?
Oh, no, not like oracle beading. Yeah. And don't mind about the vase.
Vase, indeed. Right. So I think that's as much about the game changer. Sorry, not the game changer. The EQD. We are eventually going to talk about the game changer, Bixby. Not this week though, because we're an hour and 20, and I'm not doing that to you. You're not getting a Christmas special in what is May now. So
should we do a solstice special halfway through the year?
yeah. Longest day. Longest podcast. No, we're not going to do that. Maybe we will. Who knows? Let us know in the podcast group if you would like an extra really fucking long podcast. We'll do it. We will.
Will we?
We're threatening you now.
Will.
So, thanks, massive thanks, as always, to our Patreon backers. One of which was mentioned for his incredibly hot take this week. For as little as $2 a month, you can be one of that exclusive crew. They are just sexier than usual people. I don't know. I haven't worked out the science, but you can be that too for as little as $2 a month. So we have got Mr. Andrew Bimson. We have got Mr. Adam Yeomans. We have got Mr. Doug Christ of 37 Effects, of Masters of the Cinematic Universe, and the Just Surprising podcast. We have got Mr. Hugh G. Rection.
Way.
That we do. We've got Mr. Ben Fletcher of Fletcher Pickups. And we've got Mr. Brian Gower of the Tone Jerks podcast and the Second Button podcast. Listen to all those podcasts. They're decent. They are good for your ears. Boodoo. So if you want to catch me online, I am BudgetPedalChap. You find me at Instagram, Facebook, YouTube. YouTube is the home to the No Talk All Tone series and the home to the No Talk All Tone Versus series now too. Matt, we can find you on the internet at Heel_MattQ.
Yes.
Twitter and at Twinstagram.
Way.
I got it right. And Lee's buggered off by the looks of it. So, see you, Lee. You can find him on Pedalboards of Doom. He's around. Yes, I am. I am from Pedalboards of Doom. Thank you, Lee. And so, from myself, from Lee, do. I'm the worst one. And from Mr. Matt Quine, say bye, Matt.
Bye, Matt.
It will be a tatty bye and good night for this week. Ta-ra, Ruby. Goodbye. I live in Swedonia. Okay, Lee. Calm down. Pipe down, lad. Two cats are having a swimming race. One is called 1, 2, 3. The other is called 1, 2, 3. Which one won?
I don't know.
1, 2, 3. Because 1, 2, 3 cat sunk.
Wow. Wow.
I mean, that's good enough for me.